Central Florida. And we're late in the season. And, Coach, both of these teams battling for playoff position. So, does that change your approach at this stage?
Well, no doubt. Obviously, you want to win the game, but you've got to consider your overall postseason situation. Potential matchups, injuries, etc. You might need this win, but if not, then you need to consider just how much to push.
Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Johnson and Okongwu man the post positions. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with McCollum, and it's Daniels in at the small forward. Well, it was the Hawks winning their last game against Boston. Here's Banchero, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
And the paint is where you love to watch Banchero work. With his size and athleticism, he can attack so effectively inside.
Here's Alexander-Walker. 17 points in his last outing.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And for such a young team, Greg, pretty impressive how well the Magic defend.
And that's their identity. They are elite at that end of the floor, and they force turnovers at a really high clip.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Hawks. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
Well, it helps when your opponent makes that many mistakes. I thought that was the story of the game.
Yeah, you got to think Coach will show this one as an example of what not to do. You got to take care of the ball.
Now, here's Bane. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Phoenix. No one near Suggs as he lets it go. That ball's nice feed that time from Banchero.
And as we see Suggs develop his game, you'll see more of this. Jalen with the ability to operate off ball.
Here's McCollum. 14 points from him the last game against Boston.
Well, he also did a good job of making plays for others. What a performance from him.
Clock at 4. A shot by Alexander-Walker, no good. Orlando, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game.
Well, it's great to see Suggs become more and more confident as a jump shooter.
Alexander-Walker passes to Johnson. Pass to Alexander-Walker. To the inside. Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
Well, with that explosive leaping ability, Okongwu is someone who spaces the floor vertically.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. He's ready to talk things through with them. For the Magic, De Silva's checked in, and it's Carter in for Suggs. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Wagner wide open. No good from outside.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving it.
Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Shoots it up. And it's Risa Shea missing. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Bain kicks to Wagner. Pass to Carter. Carter sets the pick for Carter. The Magic again can't hit. The Hawks trail by 5. Now Reza Shea. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Inside, here's Landale.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
No good that time. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Magic lead by 3. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, for the Magic, what jumps out to you so far, numbers-wise?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, they gave the other team no time to breathe. Every time they got the ball, they were off to the races. And you see how effective this aggressive mindset can be.
So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. We've got Zachary Reza-Shea. McCollum is out there with Kispert. Then it's Jock Landale. And it's Kuminga in at the 4. And it's Banchero missing.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
And Greg, you were a point guard. How has that position evolved over the years?
Well, if you think of how much more of the court that has to be covered and the style, you have to score more now to play the position. I think shooting becomes incredibly important. And then defensively, with all the switching, you've got to be able to hold up against size and play all over the floor.
Kispert, wide open, he fires, buries it from three-point range.
And this kid, Reza-Shea, is a team-first kind of player, willing to give it up to the open man.
Timeout.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Victory eluded them last time in Atlanta when they faced the Hawks.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
For the Magic, Franz Wagner's checked in for Howard. And it's Suggs in for Javon Carter. Then for the Hawks, Okongwu's checked in for Jock Landale. Jalen Johnson comes in for Zachary Reza-Shea. And Daniels subbed in for Kispert. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Banchero against Johnson. Banchero inside. He had 19 points in the win against Phoenix.
And it was not a one-man show. That was the best part. He had just as good a game with his passing as he did with his scoring.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Well, Paolo Banchero is trying to become more vocal. He said being the best player on the team, you've got to speak up. You can't ever be quiet because at the end of the day, I'm a high-Q player. I see the game really well, and if I'm not out there talking the game, it's doing everyone a disservice. Back to you, Kevin.
Outstanding. Allie, we appreciate the report.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And Stan, we know Jalen Johnson comes from a basketball family.
Well, they did a great job, Kevin, of teaching him the game because Jalen Johnson can really play, and I'm sure everyone in his family is extremely proud of what he's doing in the NBA.
Now, here's Suggs. Following the miss by C.J. McCollum. De Silva, the Magic again can't hit. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. McCollum passes to Daniels. Now, here's Okongwu. Shot on the wing. Shot by Johnson, no good.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good luck. Just couldn't find the mark.
Pass to De Silva. Magic moving the ball around. Now, Banchero. Once again off the mark, Orlando. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Suggs against McCollum. It's stolen by Suggs. And here we go with the Magic fast break. Banchero passes to Wagner. To end the cold streak. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. It's Atlanta. They lead by 2. And Allie LaForce has got something now for us from the floor. Allie, take it away.
I'm here with Coach Quinn Snyder, and Coach, you're getting stops in the first half. What do you attribute to that?
Well, we're playing hard, scrambling, picking up our effort, trying to be precise and disciplined and talk, and not resting on our laurels at any point.
Hopefully you can remain active on the defensive end in the second half. Thanks, Coach.
All right, Allie, thank you for that interview. And we'll be back with more basketball in just a moment.
Hey folks, welcome. The Atlanta Hawks find themselves here in a close one at the half.
Let me tell you guys, there's nothing better than playing well on the road and hearing that silence.
Yeah, in many ways they've looked like the more comfortable team. Let's take a moment now and swing on over to the playoff picture in the Eastern Conference.
Looking at Atlanta, they've come up a little short of expectations. The talent is unquestioned, but their focus has been wavering. The consistency just hasn't been there. That said, I sure wouldn't want to meet them in the playoffs, though.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Nice game, notable performance by Jalen Suggs.
There is no stopping him, and you can't even contain him at this point. He is that talented.
Yeah, he makes defenses look utterly helpless. It's like pick your poison trying to contain him.
Down low, it's Banchero and Carter. Running out on the wings, they'll have Bane and Wagner. And it's Suggs in at the point. That's the group starting the second half for Jamal Mosley. Now Suggs, after Jalen Johnson missing on the last three-pointer. Pass to Carter. For the lead. That's good from Suggs on the assist by Carter. Suggs has got 9.
Yeah, and for Suggs, his three-point shooting has come a long way since entering the league.
Here's Okongwu. Franz Wagner grabs the miss. Wagner's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. So Stan, I'll ask you, what about Desmond Bane stands out to you the most?
Kevin, I would say what stands out the most is how this guy has improved and added to his offensive game. Came into the league as basically a shooter, but now he has added playmaking and shot creation to his game. He can put the ball on the floor, take it to the basket and finish, or set up his teammates.
Alexander Walker with the ball. Guarded by Bane. To the paint. That one's good, and the Magic lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Okongwu.
Well, in that two-player action, I really like Okongwu as the pick man. He moves really well.
Now here is Carter. Pass to Banchero. 5 on the clock. Bane for 3. Drops in the tray. Bane's got 6 points in the quarter.
They are on fire to start this second half. 3 for 3 and looking totally in sync.
Now Johnson.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
And here's McCollum. He's covered by Suggs. Alexander Walker on the wing. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Suggs passes to Wagner. Now Bane. Carter with the screen. And it's off from three-point range. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Atlanta. It's a three-point game. Pass to Alexander Walker. Orlando grabs the miss. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas, and that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Now Banchero, defended by Alexander Walker, and finished off by Banchero.
And what a strong finish from Banchero. His guys love when he throws it down.
Pass to Johnson. The Hawks working the ball around. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Magic leading by 5. Here's Suggs. Banchero outside. Carter with a screen on Johnson. Here's Banchero for 3.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. The Magic have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Bane kicks to Banchero. Down low. Takes it off the glass. And now a 7-point Magic lead.
Looking to make plays for others. We've seen this from him all night.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found him. And you love to see a guy dishing it like this.
And so it's the Orlando Magic heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we'll be back with you shortly. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. They've got Jock Landale. Jonathan Kuminga out there with Zachary Rizachet. Then there's Kispert, and it's McCollum in at the point. Kispert setting the pick for McCollum. Pass to Kuminga, and here is Kispert. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Suggs looking around. Wagner wide open. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. The quick look, no good that time. Magic leading by 6. Pass to Wagner. With the step back. Suggs. Rebounded by Kuminga.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
Rizachet with it. Down it goes for 3.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamahl Mosley. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Jock Landale. Jalen Johnson comes in for Kuminga. Daniels, he's checked in for Reza Shea. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for Corey Kispert. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Hi, guys. Well, Jamahl Mosley was just reviewing the plan with his team. He told them, no time to celebrate. The work is not finished. We've got to stick with it and keep growing what we've got here. Words of wisdom for his squad. Back to you.
Great work as always, Allie. Thank you. Now, here's Bane. Now, Suggs. The three goes down.
Well, we saw Suggs' ability to take over games at the collegiate level, doing the same here in the NBA.
McCollum, Okongwu trying to break free.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
First personal foul. First team foul. Shooting for the Hawks, C.J. McCollum. Taking 2 shots.
Throw good, McCollum.
Look, a leader both on and off the floor. You can tell McCollum's teammates really look up to him.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Well, make no mistake, this is exactly who they want at the line in this situation.
Here's Wagner. Banchero inside. Johnson's there. That one goes. Count it.
Strong defense against Banchero inside, but they can't break his focus, and he still manages to knock it down.
Now here's McCollum. That one is off.
When you challenge a player on a layup, that's what you want. Getting a stop without a foul. The defense wins that battle.
Bane. Banchero. Johnson rips down the board. The Hawks trail by 6. Now Okongwu. Off the glass.
I love the effort from Okongwu here. Taking ownership of an important possession.
Now Banchero. From 6 feet away, Suggs. He's off from 3.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Johnson outside. Misses the 3.
Well, I've been here before. You're looking to get back in the game, but desperation threes are not the way to do it.
First team foul.
Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Banchero draws the double. Here's Bane, 20 feet away. Yep, that goes down.
Well, that's a huge bucket in a pressure-packed moment. You can see why this team trusts Desmond Bain.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. And what's their best move at this point?
An uphill climb. They need everything to break their way.
Well, I'm sure they'll run a play they believe in. If it works, I say try for the steal, and if you don't get it, immediate foul.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Daniels fires. And the three misses. So they foul intentionally.
First personal foul, second team foul. At the line for your Magic, Wendell Carter, taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Now a timeout called by Atlanta. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
Well, I've been in this spot more times than I'd like to admit. All you can do is tell your guys to hold their heads up and finish strong.
Puts up a 3, and it misses. And it's the Magic's ball. Outside, Suggs. So the Magic win it. A confident win, and one where they clearly just showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Jalen Suggs.